大家好, welcome to World Food Studio. So this round, we're going to do a little bit very traditional sort of dish. We're doing a prawn and chive dumpling. So what we have in the ingredients, we've got some finely chopped prawns. Well, any prawns is fine, so we're using white prawns today. So it's a type of sea prawn. We've got minced chicken. And then we have, of course, mushroom, Chinese mushroom, which I finely diced. A little bit of corn flour, just to bind them together. I will use a little bit of egg white. Well, what this egg white does is it really helps the prawn to crunch up. So I'm just adding a little bit of egg white and of course a little bit of oil too. And of course, what's chive prawn dumpling without chives? So here we have chives. So very similar to spring onion, but chives, they really have a milder taste, a more vegetable taste, but it's quite, I would say it's very meaty for a vegetable, so it goes really well with prawns. Also, what we need to do now, before we add, of course, we've got our dumpling skin. We'll show you how it's going to be wrapped. There's a few types of wrapping techniques. So we're going to do one which is quite popular, which will look a little bit more of a Chinese dumpling. Okay, here what we need here, we're going to add in the prawns. We have minced chicken. So if those who don't want to add minced chicken inside, what you can do is you could add a little bit of fish paste, a bit of what we call calamari paste or the sotong paste. We can also add a little bit of prawn paste together with the chopped prawn meat. It works well too. Okay, then we've got some mushroom. So I'm adding in all my chives here. Okay. Not forgetting, I will need I'm not going to put the entire egg white inside, probably about, say, a full tablespoon. Just that. Here we go. And then we've got corn flour. And of course we need to season with a bit of pepper, a 1/4 teaspoon. Well, some like a little bit salty, so they will add more salt inside. Well, sometimes I find that you need to have quite flavorful filling because remember we've got the skin wrapping it. If the filling is not flavorful enough, what you're eating, it may be too bland. Then you have also the soup. Okay, so once we're going to do with the dumpling is we're going to poach the dumpling. Okay, here it goes. And I'm going to add just a 1/2 tablespoon of oil. This will smoothen the paste up. Okay, so just mix everything together. We can start wrapping our dumpling. Okay, here goes. 1 dumpling skin. I'm just going to take a little bit of water, line the sides, just a little bit. Then a little bit of the filling. You don't want to over wrap, meaning you won't put too much in the center. What happens, you'll find that your dumpling will start to explode. That's not what you want. So this technique, it's rather simple. You just tuck everything in the center. Just tuck in the center. Fold it. Fold it. Try to get as many pleats as you can. So look, we've got a little, looks like a pouch. So we have all the 6 dumplings here. Don't they look like money pouches? Okay, for perfect festive season, you can have all these dumplings where all the glorious ingredients are packed inside. So what I need to do now is I need to drop these dumplings into a pot of hot water, boiling water. What it does is I need to cook it through. When it starts to float up, means it's thoroughly cooked. Okay, you see sometimes if the dumpling is still sort of floating on the base, on the beneath of the water, it's not really coming up, means it's not really cooked through yet. You really need to cook it through. It floats up. You notice that the skin is a little bit puffed and translucent, then you're really good. Yeah. Once we have this, then we will put into our superior soup. So as you can see, the dumpling is really boiling up and it's floated up already. So before I put the dumpling back into the soup, I'm just going to lightly season my soup. Just some salt. You can't go away with not adding salt to the soup. Then all our dumpling is cooked through. So what I need to do now, I need to put the dumplings into the soup just to let it jive and sink with the soup a little bit. So if you notice that your soup has some excess oil, because you know you did boil it with carcass and some of the oil may be floating, you could just skim it and discard it. Okay. So we have our dumplings here. Just the soup and just a nice garnish. So here you have prawn and chive dumpling in superior soup. Very clear consommé, so good for just lunch or good for rainy weather. Thank you.